Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose. It's hard to believe that it's time for another monthly tour. It's been a crazy last couple of months and I feel like time has just been flying by, but I wanted to quickly film a monthly tour of our classroom for the month of May. If you're new here, my name is Krista and I'm a childcare provider for up to 5 children. And on my channel, you'll find tips and tricks, all things related to childcare, shopping hauls, and the odd family vlog. So this month's theme is all about gardening. So without further ado, let me show you what we're up to. In our sensory bin this month, I have the lentils from the fall, and because we put hay in it, we do have some little specks of hay in here, but I didn't want to be wasteful, so I kept it. I put in some little seeds, which are little tiny white beans. And then I found these adorable little carrots at the dollar store during Easter. And I just think these are perfect for the planting season. I love to throw in little seeds like this because it's great for the pincer grasp and the children love to find them. And then having these little containers that they can open and close is also super fun. Our writing center this month is really simple. I'm sure that I will change it up throughout the month, but for now I've just put in these fancy little flower pens, and then we have some little notebooks, and for the older children I have some little word cards here all about gardening. Our science table this month has all sorts of things to look at and discover. So we have this really fun little model of what a plant starts out like with a little seed and then it growing into a plant. The children will be able to see the root system. And then over here we have a little book talking about how we plant seeds, and we have some beautiful posters. And then we have this little greenhouse that we'll have for our plants that we'll be starting. And then in here we have different types of seeds for them to look at, and we can observe that they're all a little bit different. Some seeds are big and some seeds are small. And then I have this beautiful story, Inch by Inch, which talks about some measurement. And I have these rulers that the children will be able to measure their plants as they grow. So once the plants start to grow, the children will be able to observe and see the changes. On our first toy shelf, we have some beautiful Montessori puzzles. I have a flower and a tree. And then down here I have a Melissa and Doug flower puzzle. I also love this one for littles. And then I just put out some of the dressing frames. So I put the buttons, the Velcro, and the zipper. These are skills that we're always trying to work on, especially when we have some littles heading off to school in September. And then I have this little puzzle, which I really love because there's a lot of different aspects involved in this puzzle. So the children will make a flower on top of a leaf, and they're going to be sorting by shape, but they can also build the flower by color. So if they wanted, they could make all the petals red or all the petals blue or all the petals yellow. So there's a lot of different skills built into this one puzzle. Here's our second toy shelf. I have this beautiful story called Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt. And then I got this sweet little book from one of my littles at a graduation party, and it's called Mrs. Spitzer's Garden. Down here I have a spring Lego set. So it has rain and sun, which is great because the children have a better understanding that plants need sun and rain. Wheelbarrows, carrots, there's piles of dirt, some flowers, and they can build the flowers. So this is a great little garden Duplo set. And then I put out a dump truck and a cement mixer, and we see a lot of potholes in the spring, and some of these trucks are coming to fix the holes. So we put these out. I have this great little set. So this is a little balancing set. It has a watermelon, and then it has different fruits that you can put on the watermelon to balance. And the children can build with it. So this is great for fine motor and hand-eye coordination. So this is a great little balancing toy. And then down here, I have a huge basket full of different flower building materials. I have a few different sets here. I think I have a total of 3 sets at this point. A couple of them are made by Green Toys, but there's also knockoffs, but they all work together really nicely. And so the children can take the pieces to build a garden. This is definitely one of those toys that I like to have a lot of different pieces, because I find once one of the children start to use it, others like to join in. So it's a really fun group activity, but one that you would want to have a class set for so that you can have many children playing at once. I kept some of the same materials out for this month for circle time. And then over here we have lots of new interesting gardening books. And then in our block center this month, we set up as a flower shop. And so inside the flower shop, we have all sorts of different things. So here we just have some decoration, a great big encyclopedia of flower and gardening. And children absolutely love flipping through these types of books. And so we have this out. We have some gardening tools for sale. And then down here, we have all sorts of things to sell. So we have some gardening gloves, we have seeds, we have little cut off paper bags to store the seeds that we're selling. And I like to separate them in these little containers. Often the dollar store sells little wooden pieces that are in these little divided wooden boxes. So I always hold on to these because they come in handy. I like to separate these by color so that way the children can ask their peers if they'd like to buy 1 blue, 2 red, 1 orange. That way it just develops their color understanding as well as some little math skills. Also, we have small, medium, and large containers to throw in a little bit more math. And then we just have like a watering can and some different props. I have a little fake plant here. And then here I have various sizes of plant containers as well. And then I just used my basket here to store all different types of flowers. You'll see I have a lot of different colors. Again, that way the children can ask for 1 red flower or 2 orange flowers. And that way it just helps the children with language skills, but also color recognition and math. I changed up the dramatic play area again so that it's set up a little bit different again. The baby nursery is all put away. And this month we're having a little garden set up. So this is so easy to set up, guys. It's just literally brown pieces of felt. And then I just placed some of my kitchen food in the garden. And then I put some shovels from the dollar store, some kneeling pads, some little sprayers to water the garden with, and then some gardening gloves. And then I put some seed packages, and what I did, so I took an envelope, I pasted a seed package on top, I laminated it, and then I cut it open. And then I can just put some of those little pom-poms inside as the seeds. I like to match the colors that are on the pictures. So in this one I have pink and purple, the same as inside the package. And then in the carrot one, I would put some orange seeds. And that's super fun for the children to then come in here and plant the garden. And then they have this little basket to collect their produce in. And then we move the babies back into their original spot. And we do have our strollers and our high chair still. And then over on this side, we've set up the kitchen a little bit differently. It's always fun to change things up. And then I have a couple of fun books up here. And then down here, I thought it would be fitting to have a stir fry because we're planting a garden, and so many of those vegetables we can find in our gardens. And then I have just a couple of things for them to chop up. And then I put a simple place setting at the table. And then in the sink, I put a colander with a vegetable scrubber so the children can wash their vegetables from the garden. Our dress up just has some t-shirts, some sun hats, and then
some Crocs.
If you do this theme as well in your classroom and you have some fun ideas you'd like to share with me, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Krista with Playing with Purpose. I'll see you next time.